I hope you're having a great day and I hope you're staying safe at home. Well, we've been researching this for the longest time, but we've been using it. We've been using it with our cancer patients, we've been using it with people with anything to do from a skin problem to a gut problem. But sometimes you just have this particular herb in the form of a tea just to relax you, to sleep better, to de stress. And the more and more scientific research that we study regarding this particular dried herb that I'll tell you about in just a second, it's unbelievable, and it reminds us of the power of nature. You know, nature has given us several gifts. Some of them we can use, some of them we can't use. Some of them are poisonous. Nature uses it as ways to protect its own self. But there is so much of magic in nature. And if we study it and we use it the right way, it could just be that one missing link in the healthcare system today. I'm talking about chamomile. A lot of you may have had chamomile tea. This is one after coffee. When it comes to black tea and chamomile tea, there are millions of cups of chamomile tea that are consumed every single day. You go back into civilizations, you go back into history. The dried herb or the dried flower of the chamomile plant was used as a folk medicine for several conditions that we're going to talk about. Let me make it very clear right now. Just because I speak this way about chamomile doesn't make it a replacement for your chemotherapy. It doesn't make it a replacement for your doctor. It doesn't mean that if I have chamomile, my cancer is going to disappear. When we talk about the gifts of nature, it just means that if you use it the right way, you can enable your own body to protect you, to help you prevent, and to make your condition better. Because if we look at most diseases, they're caused by excess inflammation in the body, or we have gut issues, or we have blood sugar level problems, or we have blood pressure problems that in turn causes heart problems. So when we use nature, when we use lifestyle, it enables our body to perform better. It enables our body to recover better. So don't think that just because there's an herb out there that we talk about, you get on that herb, drink 10 cups of chamomile tea and your diseases are going to disappear. Absolutely not. You can have chamomile tea all that you want, and you may not work out, you may still be stressed and sleep deprived. It's not going to work for you. You see, nature works in balance. Lifestyle works in balance. It's everything together that helps you prevent disease and heal yourself. So you can have chamomile in the form of an infusion. You get chamomile dried herbs, the tea, infusions mixed with several other, herbs. Like you have chamomile, you have oregano, you have thyme, you have lemongrass. You can mix it with peppermint. There are so many different things. Anyway, you get it in that form, and you also get it in an essential oil. And the chamomile flower and the essential oil today has been studied and published for so many of the conditions that I'm now going to talk about. Number one, it has medicinal properties because the dried flower has something called flavonoids and terpenoids. When you Google or you scientifically or medically research flavonoids and terpenoids, you will find every possible thing from inflammation to antioxidants to cancer cells to the inhibition of cancer cell growth to the upliftment of your own human body to fight disease. Number one, chamomile tea or chamomile essential oil. Basically chamomile, hay fever. It is a great treatment for hay fever. I remember hay fever a lot, especially when I'm in New York in certain months of the year, or in Australia, and I suffer a lot from hay fever. My eyes kind of water, get a fever sometimes, you feel weak, and you need to take an anti-allergy medication or something like that to feel better. But when you start sipping on chamomile tea, it has the ability to help your condition get better. Am I saying it's a replacement for your anti-allergies? Maybe. It works for some people beautifully, and maybe for some people it may just alleviate the symptoms and you'll tend to feel a little bit better. Even normal fever. When you have normal fever, sipping on a nice warm glass of chamomile tea, 1 to 2 cups of a day, can also possibly break your fever. Depends on the kind of fever. If your fever is caused because of a mosquito bite or malaria or dengue, you need to get yourself treated immediately. Inflammation, and that's what I like about it. Chamomile has the ability, it is highly anti-inflammatory, to reduce inflammation. Most people say, what is inflammation? Your diabetes is inflammation. Cancers are inflammation. Any heart condition that you have is inflammation. Inflammatory diseases are huge. It's caused when we have excess inflammation in the human body because of our poor diet, excessive oils, the wrong oils, lack of exercise, or overtraining. We create more inflammation in the body. Sleep deprivation. The lesser sleep you have, the more inflammation you have in the body. And what causes inflammation? Stress, chronic stress. You're chronically stressed every single day, going through negativity, negative emotions all the time. Your cortisol goes up, adrenaline goes up, and yes, you have inflammation in the body. It can help you with muscle spasms. It can also help you with recovery when your muscles get hurt or your muscles are too tired. It helps women with their menstrual cycles, especially if you have painful or irregular menstrual cycles. Chamomile has the ability to set that straight. Insomnia and sleep. Most of us know chamomile helps with sleep, but people start drinking chamomile and they say, hey Luke, I still can't sleep. And I say, are you still stressed? Yes, I'm still stressed. You can't sleep. Even chamomile won't help you, but it can help you relax. But like I said, you still got to change your lifestyle if you want to overcome insomnia and sleep problems. But chamomile is scientifically proven to relax us, to help induce sleep. You can have it in the form of tea, or you get a chamomile essential oil that you can diffuse in your room. And when you inhale the chamomile essential oil through a diffuser, it can also help you relax anxiety, and it can also help people who are depressed to feel better immediately because of the serotonin and the dopamine balance that it has the ability to change. It is great when it comes to ulcers and poor gut health. Constant acidity, bloating, acidity. You may want to try chamomile tea because it's very soothing for the gut. It helps with digestion, and it also helps to break down gas effectively. Rheumatic pain, it can help you relieve rheumatic pain and hemorrhoids as well. So like I said, you can get the oil to diffuse. A lot of people also apply chamomile mixed with a little bit of castor oil around the navel area if you have a lot of bloating, if you have a lot of gas, and even infants and babies with colic. So if babies have a lot of colic, you can take a little bit of castor oil, put a few drops of chamomile oil. Always do a patch test first to see if you have an allergy to it, and then you can rub it in the navel and around the navel to immediately give you relief from colic, gas, and even menstrual or period pain, PMS pain. You can try that yourself. What I like about chamomile oil is the studies are now proving it to have something called apigenin, which is a bioactive compound that shows scientifically and medically the potential to reduce tumor growth in the breast, in the prostate glands, and even in the brain. So it is helpful when it comes to cancer. Alone, will chamomile remove your cancer? No. Can it help you with your treatment plan and your treatment protocol? Absolutely yes. Absolutely yes, because it also induces cell apoptosis, which is killing cancer cells. Every cell has the ability to cause self-destruction when it becomes cancerous or it starts behaving abnormally. In a cancer cell, this mechanism is flawed. The cancer cell is unable to kill itself, and that's how it spreads. So chamomile, apigenin in chamomile has the ability to induce cell apoptosis in cancer cells without harming the healthy cells. Okay, then we also, because it's rich in flavonoids, think heart health, ability to reduce triglycerides, bad cholesterol, even blood pressure and blood sugar levels. So today chamomile is also being studied. If you can consume chamomile 30 minutes after a meal, do it consistently for about 2 to 3 weeks, and studies are showing us how your blood sugar levels can also reduce along with your blood pressure. If you have eczema, there are more and more studies showing how it can help with eczema. A topical treatment, a few drops of chamomile oil with a little bit of coconut oil or a little bit of sesame oil. Always do a patch test. What works for some people with eczema doesn't have to work for you. If it suits you, do it. If it doesn't, don't do it. A lot of people get mouth ulcers when you have a poor gut health. Sometimes when you're going through radiation, when you're going through chemotherapy, you have a lot of ulcers. It could be due to the deficiency of several vitamins, folic acid, vitamin C, poor gut health, poor gut bacteria. But if you have it and you want immediate relief, what you can also do, brew a cup of chamomile tea, cool it, and then gargle with it. Swish it around in your mouth because it can give you relief from your mouth ulcers. We spoke about sleep. It is great for the health of your pancreas. A lot of us have inflammation in our pancreas, which can lead to diabetes, it can lead to pancreatitis and so many other deadly conditions. But chamomile tea is known to reduce inflammation in the pancreas, which in turn helps you with your digestion and your diabetes. So you see, there's so much which is scientifically studied and published today. One simple glass of chamomile tea. Now, if it really makes you sleepy and drowsy, like it works for me, you want to make sure that you don't have it and you drive. You want to make sure you have it towards the latter part of your day. If it doesn't make you sleepy and drowsy, there are people who have 2 or 3 cups even during their day because it helps them feel calm. Now, very important, like any herb, like any oil. If you have an allergy to it or you have an allergic reaction, if you've never had it before, have a little bit. Because if you're allergic to it, you can have a breakout in your skin. It could be deadly for you, like any allergy. So do it with an informed decision. And just because it has so many health benefits doesn't mean you go and have 5, 6, 7, 8 cups. Just because it's good for you doesn't mean you do more of it. Everything in balance. You can go up between 2 to 4 cups if it suits you. Do it if it doesn't. It's beautiful for you to carry. When I have my long trips to New York and stuff, I always have chamomile tea sachets with me so I can have it at a particular time. It helps me relax. It helps me to sleep. This is the beauty of chamomile. So now reflect on your life, and if you feel that chamomile has a place in your life, you can start off with it. Use the beauty of nature to help you get better, to make your system stronger. You see, all of us are having so much of processed food. We don't get any of these benefits from processed food, sugar, and junk. And that is why, if we want to have a little bit of junk and process, it's fine. Maybe 20%, but 80% of it has to be stuff that works for your inflammation. Rich in antioxidants that can help you reduce inflammation, boost your immune function, and so many other things. It's also great for your skin, and that's why you'll see a lot of good health products also have chamomile in. Chamomile essential oils in the creams, in the moisturizers, and all of these things, because it also helps you with your skin health. Have a great weekend, everyone. Until next time, eat smart, move more, sleep right, and breathe deep.